Recording in progress.
Oh yeah, we got him. Trey, Frazier, and Maestro styles, you know we got one. Right back like we left something. We don't duck smoke, we want all of it. So line them up, Trey sharp with the blade, you know we sizing it up. I'm quick to catch the fade, you know Styles making the cut. Cause we coming out clean every time that we showing up.
It's gonna be called the Barbershop.
Yo, what up? What up, family? Welcome to another edition. It is the Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast, live on all of our streaming platforms, YouTube channel, Facebook Live, and on Twitter at Barbershop SPOR2. I'm your boy Trey Frazier, and I got my brother Maestro Styles here with me today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's good, fam? How we living?
Coolin', man. Another day, another dime, man. We gotta keep on pushing. How you?
I'm good, man. Hey, before we get started, man, special thanks to Epic Travels and Escapades. That's my mother's travel agency company. The show, bruh, the LL Roots concert Sunday night, man, fire.
Yeah, like I knew it would be.
Straight fire, man. I think the one highlight for me, and, Black Thought continues to prove why he's top 5 lyricist in my book. Just the, performer that he is, and LL, the way he performs at age 55 is just amazing. But the surprise for me was seeing Tretch and the rest of Naughty come out. Surprisingly, nobody knew. Yeah, nobody knew that he was going to be there, but Tretch coming out, being introduced by Queen Latifah, who was a part of the billing of the show Sunday night. So that was dope. And then the other surprise was Moni Love, who was also introduced by Queen Latifah, during her set. So yeah, man, that was a all-around fire show, man. Wish it was on a Saturday night or Friday night versus a Sunday night, but nonetheless, man, dope all the way around.
Yeah, I wish I could have went, man. That it looked. I mean, I seen the clips, so the stories or whatever. So
yeah, man.
Yeah.
So again, thanks to moms and for the invite and all that good stuff, man. It was a good time with the family and stuff, man.
That's what's up.
We got a guest coming on tonight. We got the homie Carlton Henry. Now, I guess we've been following each other for a while now and stuff, and he's a dope follow on Twitter and everything like that. But he's got a sports podcast called The Fellas Presents the Sports Rap. It's a weekly podcast by him. I think he puts it out every Thursday on your streaming platforms and all that stuff. So he's a Detroit native, big Lions fan, Pistons, Tigers, all that good stuff. Reps Detroit very hard. So about 25 minutes we're gonna have him on here. Lions and Ravens coming up this weekend, and then
I won't even hold on. I'll save all. I won't even hold no speculation. I think the Lions get y'all this week. I was talking a little spicy about the whole Titans thing last week, and I definitely did hope y'all lost, obviously.
Well, of course you did.
But I mean, in my heart of hearts, that was more like a hope, that type
of course. Thing. Of course, Titans not a good team.
Right. I think the Lions might, yeah.
Well, I think that's the consensus right now.
Is it? I haven't seen the
It's a consensus. Not just for this upcoming game, but the Lions have now. I guess they've survived the hype of people talking about them coming into the season, and they've kind of lived up to it at this point. They're 5-1. And, you got people talking about, are they right there with the Niners and Eagles? It's like
they ain't saying that. Who's saying that?
They're saying that. They're saying, are the Lions right there? I mean, obviously, we don't think that. I mean, I think they're a tier below those two teams. But, there's questions about whether this team, people are saying that with their schedule coming up, and the schedule is very, very cakewalky because obviously the rest of their division is not good.
Right.
Then they're playing the NFC South, which I think we're still trying to. Right. we're still trying to figure
The
out.
team was decent last year. I was going to say they weren't a good team last year, but they were a good team last year.
Yeah, they were good last year. They were good last year. But then you factor that in, and then they got the Broncos on the schedule to kind of top things off there. They got the West, right? So Raiders is on the schedule, Broncos, Chargers, and I guess we could talk a little bit about the Chargers from last night. But they're singing with that schedule that they could be a number one seed in the NFC.
Okay, now that's a reasonable statement.
Yep.
But I mean, I think this is one of them situations where you say, and don't happen all the time, but it's one of them situations where you say, okay, yeah, good record, but they're not on the level with.
No.
No. Yeah, they're not on the level with 49ers and Philly. They're not. And and let's be clear. As of right now, the 49ers are the best team in the NFL. I don't know where you at with it, but as of right now, they're the best team in the NFL.
They definitely look like they are the best team in the NFL, even with the loss.
Even in the loss, right?
Yeah, even in the loss. And there's a lot of stuff we can pick apart in that game for reasons why they lost. And we said last week that was going to be a tough game for the Niners, but we still thought they would pull it out in the end. Yeah. And if it wasn't for the kicker missing it, they would have won. We'd have had a different conversation. They would be the only undefeated team left at that point. So, as far as my team goes, look, man, it was what it was. We got the win overseas. A place that we didn't look great the last time we was over there.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna front. I got some concerns still about this offense. I got some concerns about this offense, man. It's like a tale of two halves with this football team. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. First half.
I'll tell you. And obviously you watch more Ravens than I watch them. But the few games I've watched, I mean, I'll be honest with you, man, they don't look much different from last year. They really don't to me. And I don't know. Is
that in terms of like offensive style of play?
It's offensive style, and I mean, look, and part of it is, I mean, the only reason people can ask the asinine question of is Lamar Jackson earning his money? Mm-hmm. Is because of the offense hasn't looked good. I mean, look. They haven't looked good. I mean, we talked about Pittsburgh and Baltimore last week. Mm-hmm. Look, man, that team right now is a better team than the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mm-hmm. That's just a fact. You know what I'm saying?
And we know what last week was about. That was about drop passes. It wasn't so much about executing the offense per se. This was just more about guys who are being paid to do certain things, not doing that. You're a receiver, sure. You catch. That's sure.
But last year and the issue, and maybe we're not talking about necessarily drop passes, but last year and the issue was wide receiver productivity.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the same kind of thing. Lamar Jackson is still the make or break, player, and if
when things break down, he's the guy that's running for the first down. Yeah, he's the guy that's trying to ice a game. Yeah,
essentially, if you can key in on Lamar Jackson, you should beat the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I'll agree in this sense because I've heard a lot of this looks like Greg Roman's offense. This looks like Greg Roman is in the building. I've heard quite a bit of that, but when you watch them, and I know I get you said you don't watch a lot of the Ravens.
I mean, obviously you watch more than me,
right?
Yeah,
I see differences in this offense. I see differences. I think what their issue. I think they got two issues. Number one, I think you got receivers, i.e., a Rashad Bateman who's coming back from an injury, who probably expected to be, if not the number one, be the number two, right? And so now you go out and you get Odell Beckham, you go out and you get Nelson Aguilar, and it feels like those guys are like the number 2, number 3 guys, and it feels like Rashad Bateman is the 4. And so he's not right. He's clearly not right. Like, there was a couple of passes where, like the interception. I don't know if you saw the interception on Sunday, but him and Lamar weren't on the same page, and that's why the interception happened. So there's clearly a disconnect and possibly something that, I don't know if it's something personal he's dealing with, but Rashad is clearly like not on the page when it comes to this offense. Odell Beckham, it seemed like every time he's on the field and he catch a pass, he's going to the blue tent or he's going to the sideline, it seems like. Right. Now, he didn't do a lot of that this past week, but the previous weeks we saw a bit of that. So it seems like I don't want to say it seems like. He's clearly not Odell Beckham from his early years with the Giants. He's clearly not that guy, right? I mean, and I wasn't expecting him to be that guy. I was expecting him to be more of a possession receiver type, a guy that can provide leadership in the locker room. That's my expectations for him. So I think these receivers are trying to find their space on this offense. I think that's what it feels like. And then I didn't forget to mention Devin Duvernay, who really is our punt returner, kick returner guy, right. But he sees some snaps on offense every now and then. And, when he's on the field, he's not getting a lot of looks. And I can understand why he doesn't get a lot of looks. So I just think it's that. I also think that the injuries and the availability of these guys and the fact that they didn't play no preseason games, too. Like, they sat all 3 of these preseason games without really any kind of real game action to really, execute the offense, the way it should. So It's going to take some weeks to really get fully acclimated. Now, I think one other issue is, because again, first half against Tennessee, offense was clicking. Mm-hmm. Passes being caught, no drops in the game. The red zone thing has kind of been an issue all of a sudden. We were like number 1 in red zone efficiency going into that game. Now it's kind of, out of whack a little bit. We didn't convert touchdowns. It was field goals for most of the day. And then the second half comes, and then you got the interception. You got the 3 and outs. And it's like, yo, what are y'all doing? Like y'all, it seemed like y'all playing Marty ball. You've heard that term Marty ball.
No, before I was going to ask you what that was.
Marty shot. It's a
Schottenheimer, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I figured that's who you were talking about.
Yes.
I didn't get to understand.
But you know where the term stems from.
No, I'm going to ask you because Schottenheimer is. I mean, look, 90s. Look, man. I was a young.
Well, like when it's Charger days, like that was just early 2000s,
2000s, yeah,
like early 2000s, like even when LT was there.
I still have never heard that term. Break it down.
Well, no, Marty Ball is a term where like you playing for like a half, 3/4, and then you just all of a sudden you playing not to lose, like that kind of a thing.
That's the stigma on Marty Schottenheimer?
Right.
Okay, I didn't realize that was the stigma of Marty Schottenheimer. I've never heard that before.
Yeah. They had a term for it, Marty Ball. So So it feels like that's what they're doing, and if that's something that is gonna be done weekly, then we really not gonna, go far. Like even if we get to the playoffs, like we can't go to the playoffs and we playing one half of football and then the other half we just playing to protect the lead. Right. I want to put points on the board. I want to beat teams. I don't want to just sit around and hope my defense, because this is what happens. The defense can do so much. They playing so great in the first half, and then when you seeing the offense making mistakes and not converting, first downs and stuff, and they back on the field a lot, they get worn out, and eventually the levee's gonna break at some point. Yeah. So they need to fix that. They need to fix that. I think the receivers just need to figure out specifically what their roles are, who they are, and I think they'll be all right.
Why do you feel like in week five, right, going into week 6?
Well, week 6 going into week 7.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
Why do you feel like they haven't figured that out yet? This almost mid-season.
Well, it's the injuries. So guys have been out. Beckham's missed a couple of games, 3 games. Bateman's missed a couple of games. And I think that's what it is, combined with the fact that these guys really didn't get preseason action.
Yeah.
And so I think that this is really, it's almost as if this is the preseason when it's really the regular season.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hear you, but the preseason ain't nothing but 3 games and really about 3 or maybe 5 series max for starters.
Right.
So, I hear you, but it seems like for whatever reason, they're having a difficult time defining that. And I don't know that look, man, week 7, almost mid-season, they ain't got a lot of time to figure that out. If emphatically they're going to perform like a tier 2 team, and I don't know what the threshold is for a tier 2 team. I mean, obviously you make the playoffs, but tier 1 teams in the AFC is what, the Chiefs, Miami,
Dolphins. That's it.
Yeah, right.
And tier 2, Ravens, Cincinnati, Buffalo. Jacksonville. I'll throw Jacksonville in there.
Are we disrespecting Buffalo? And I know I don't have them going to the playoffs, and I'm about to renege. Look. At this stage of the game, I already lost my money. So but are we disrespecting Buffalo now? As not holding them as a tier 1 team?
No, we're not, because they still need to prove that they can get to the Super Bowl, right? Like they've been like, for the last 3 seasons, haven't we talked about them as being like a legit Super Bowl contender?
Yeah, but I don't think because they haven't made it to the Super Bowl yet, they're no longer a tier 1 team. Let me say, I don't know that that's justification enough to say they're not a tier 1 team because they haven't made it yet. I mean, Miami hasn't made it yet. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Look, I get it. They hung 70 points on Buffalo. On Denver.
Mm-hmm.
But a week later, Buffalo smoked them. So
right.
I can't.
Yeah, and right after that, and yes, you're supposed to beat the Carolina Panthers. I get that. And that was crazy. I thought that was an upset alert moment right there, but they just came back and just scored 35 straight unanswered there. But Miami went right back to being what Miami is.
Sure, so, I'm just saying, in a moment of humility, because we can't take them out of being a tier. Even if I don't have them going to the playoffs, they have to be a tier 1 team. Buffalo does. Based on how they're playing this year. The only bad game they played was game 1 against the Jets. Is that correct?
In Jacksonville. In overseas, yeah. Yeah.
So they lost, the Jacksonville game.
And I would say that's not a good.
They didn't get blown out though.
They didn't get blown out, but they were outplayed. They were outplayed for the majority of the game.
But they were outplayed by a good team as well.
They were outplayed by a good team, yes.
Yeah. So I think that you still, based on where Buffalo has been in the past 2 years, and based on
resume. So it's really resume.
No, but they're playing good. They're 4-2. They're playing
4-2.
football, right? So resume does play a part, but they're also playing good football outside of
I agree with that.
Outside of their 2 losses.
I agree with that. And I'll be honest with you, the Giants game, I don't know what to do with that game. Like, as far as, was it hangover from coming overseas? Was it maybe taking the Giants for granted because they didn't have the starter in there? I don't know what that was, but they got shut out 3 straight quarters by that team.
Yeah.
Without Daniel Jones. So I don't know what to make of that.
Yeah, like I said, I can't. Yeah, I can't take them out of. And I'm gonna stand on it because I said it, and it's on tape.
Right.
But but you can't take them out of the tier 1 thing. You can't do that.
All right. Well,
You can't do that.
hey, I want to get your opinion about this. So I'm getting ready to watch Broncos and Chiefs last Thursday, and this video went viral of Steve Smith on the sideline doing work for NFL Network, and he talked about his run-in with Jerry Jeudy, and he basically aired him out on national TV saying, look, man, I just wanted to apologize. And then Jeudy said, yo, you're not my nigga, whatever. And then he went on to just...
I believe the words were, I don't fuck with you, nigga.
It was that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe that's what the quote was.
And then Steve Smith was like, look, man, I'm sorry that you're, and I'm paraphrasing, below average receiver that's probably going to get traded by the deadline. You are what you are. You're tier 3, and he just kind of dropped the mic after that, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm kind of upset because I played a parlay during that game. I had a 4-leg parlay, and I hit 3 of my 4 parlays, and the one parlay that I didn't get.
Jerry Jeudy?
I said, you know what? I said, you know what? And look, it was only him getting over 50 yards receiving.
Yikes.
It was him getting over 50 yards. It wasn't nothing outrageous or anything.
Yeah.
50 yards in an offense that, looks a little bit better, but
that nigga had 3 for 14 or some shit.
He had 3 catches for 14 yards, my G.
Yikes.
And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Maybe he going to have a Keyshawn Johnson moment. Have one of his best games and just run to the sideline and just shout at the nigga or something crazy like that. Like I'm thinking Jerry Jeudy after somebody probably told him, yo, Steve Smith airing you out on national TV before the game, probably gonna be like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna show this nigga.
What makes you so sure that that was said to him?
I don't know. I'm making an assumption.
Sure.
Like I said, I'm making an assumption. I said, you know what? 50 yards. It's not outrageous. He could get 50 yards.
Yeah, that's not outrageous. I just wouldn't have put no money on because Jeudy. I mean, look.
And that was his low. That was his low of the season so far.
Sure. What was his high?
I don't know what his high was.
Okay.
But
and I'll assume that he's reached 50 yards once this season. I'll assume that.
Mm-hmm.
But let's be clear. He hasn't had no. And look,
obviously no 100-yard games, obviously.
I don't know that he's had a game where it's like, oh, Jerry Jeudy was the man in this game. I don't think he's had that game.
Right.
I just don't know. But getting into the Steve Smith situation, look, dealing directly with the Steve Smith situation and Steve Smith versus Jerry Jeudy.
Mm-hmm.
Look, man. What was you going to apologize for? Did Jerry Jeudy do something that make you feel like, oh, I owe this man an apology for giving him sports criticism? Because I heard him say, I was getting ready to go over there and apologize. You've been playing some good football. I just wanted to apologize for what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he was playing good football, at the time he made the statement, that's what he felt. And more importantly, if you're looking at statistics and then you're looking at how he's been playing, and I don't pretend to look at every Denver Bronco game.
Yep.
But it's normally when you're doing your thing, they talking about you.
Yeah.
It's been quiet for Jerry Jeudy for a minute.
A while. Yeah.
Yeah, for a minute. So for him to say, I mean, were you offended by the just another guy comment? Like. My nigga, if you're playing like just another guy,
that's possible.
Why is it blasphemous or disrespectful to say? It's not like he called him a bitch ass nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, and full disclosure, clearly I did not listen to the clip of him calling Jerry Jeudy a jag. So maybe he called him a bitch ass nigga or said something offensive that I didn't see.
Maybe.
Maybe. I doubt it, but maybe.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think he did. But,
So with that being said, my nigga, that's it's sensitive shit, and I get it. People are sensitive about this shit, man. I get it. Like Jerry Jeudy, whether you consider him a good wide receiver or not, is in the NFL. Fighting to feed his family. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So anybody criticizing him could be detrimental to him making more money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%.
Possible.
But yeah, for certain, like another thing Steve Smith said in that monologue was, "Hey man, I'm paraphrasing something to the effect of when teams ask me about Jerry Jeudy, I'm gonna say pass on him.
Yeah.
He ain't.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I left that out.
Yeah, so that says something, and whether it was emotional, I don't know if it was emotional or not, but if it was based on what he's seen Jerry Jeudy do on the field, that's a realistic thing to say. If scouts are asking you about Jerry Jeudy, I could look at him on film and say, nah. If you talking about putting money in the slim, nah.
So I got a question, but first, so his stats: week 2, 25 yards on 3 catches. Week 3. 81 yards on 5 catches versus Miami. Week 4, 52 yards on 3 catches versus the Jets. Week 5, 50 yards on 6 catches, and then versus the Chiefs, the 14 yards receiving. So I looked at these numbers, so that's why I'm like, this was a good play. Like, looking at those numbers, it's like, okay, he should be able to eclipse 50 yards receiving.
Sure.
Which he's done 3 times already. 3 times out of 6 weeks already.
Yeah, but he's the number 1 receiver, right? Or do you consider Courtland Sutton?
I think Sutton's their 1. I feel like Sutton's their 1.
Look, man.
But again, based on these numbers, and he missed week 1. He was out week 1, so
sure.
he's played 5. So 3 of the 5 games he's eclipsed 50 yards. And going into that game against Kansas City, he eclipsed 50 yards 3 out of 4 games. So I wouldn't blame anybody, even myself. I wouldn't blame nobody to make that bet.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that outside of the 81-yard game, he barely got it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So for me, my thoughts is if rarely do I go into looking at people's week by weeks. I just kind of go by Slim been cooking. Let me see what's up.
I be trying to do the little trajectory thing and stuff.
That's a smart thing to do. But I wouldn't put my money on a dude that's barely met the threshold outside of 1 game.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. Yeah. I hear you. So my question is in regard to Steve Smith. So you feel like Steve Smith had nothing to really apologize for?
No, because that's how he felt. And again, unless he said something about him personally, you know what I'm saying? That's football criticism. And football criticism, last I checked, is fair game.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Look, I'll say this: I'll say this as Steve Smith in his position as a broadcaster. I wouldn't have went into some big dialogue trying to find ways to shade him or whoop. I would have just been like, hey man, well, no, I wouldn't have. Let me take that back. Why I couldn't be a broadcaster. If I was a broadcaster, I'd be on Steve Smith energy. But but as a broadcaster, those types of things, I'm sure this ain't the first time this has happened, player to broadcaster. No. You just kind of throw it in the tuck and breeze it off. For me, why Slim even? But also, we do gotta add this to the conversation.
Yeah.
Jerry Jeudy, while they was doing a segment, Jai got behind him, got in the camera.
Yes, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. But look, man, it's hard. If we're going to criticize Rodney Harrison for trying to get Chris Jones to shit on Zach Wilson because that's unprofessional to, kind of spew out a personal,
if it's something personal.
But it's not personal because Zach Wilson, Rodney Harrison.
Oh, we don't think it's personal. We should say.
I don't believe it to be personal. Look, Rodney Harrison was talking about Zach Wilson game. Now, let's be clear, he was wrong for trying to involve Chris Jones in it.
Yeah,
but
I agree with that.
Calling Zach Wilson trash, that's personal. Steve Smith calling him just like Steve Smith was attacking personally, and because he was attacked personally. Let's also be clear about that.
Yep.
But I think that a broadcaster should be able to, hey, all right, that's what happened. Cool. I'm sure he does a podcast or something on YouTube because I remember seeing him on
Steve
YouTube.
Smith, yeah, he does.
Air them
does.
out there. No problem with you airing them out there.
Mm-hmm.
But right there in the, I mean, it's good clickbait. It's good for the moment,
Yeah.
in the moment. But,
And can I say this too? Can I add to this too?
Yeah.
So, Garofalo, the guy that he was standing with, doing the segment with, Garofalo kind of brought Jerry Jeudy into the conversation. I'm not sure. So I'm not sure if Steve Smith was ready to talk about that or not. But the way it started, they previewing the game, and then next thing you know, he's like, "Well, we got Jerry Jeudy out here," and da 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 da. And so he kind of turned to Steve Smith to kind of say, "Hey, what's going on between you and Jerry Jeudy?"
Yeah,
so
that's nasty. That's I ain't gonna hold you. That's kind of nasty of the dude. That's kind of nasty of the dude.
Because I could see if Steve Smith went off script and was like, "Yo, I want to talk about Jerry Jeudy for a minute," and then kind of go into his thing, what he did.
Because
but
the dude
he
clearly
didn't do
knew
that.
that him and Jerry Jeudy had a problem.
Right.
So
right.
For you to ask after,
Right.
right after whatever happened,
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of nasty of whoever the dude, the other
And
whoever.
and you could tell too, because right as the clip ends, at least the clip I saw, so they got Mike Robb back in the studio, they got a couple other guys back in the studio and stuff. So when Steve Smith was like, "Okay, go back to the studio, I'm done,"
Drop the
Mike
mic.
Robb, right? He dropped the mic, and then Mike Robb was like, "Yo, yes, that's what I'm talking about." Like he was going off like that, so it's kind of like, okay,
Yeah, I don't
okay,
know. Look,
like,
I'll say this. I'll say this, because also last week Dante Whitner was out here calling somebody trash on TV. Like it's just like
Dak Prescott.
Okay, yeah, whoever it was, I didn't remember who it was, but and I'm sure that's personal, by the way. But so for me,
well, he went off about Cleveland too. Dante Whitner did.
Okay,
he went off about the Browns defense, saying that they're pretenders.
Yeah,
which is not true. Dante Whitner, I don't know what he's seen.
Oh, he spoke positively about Cleveland.
No, he spoke negatively about Cleveland's defense. He was saying, "Oh, this defense is pretenders. Like, look at the offenses that they face.
Sure. But we know that Dante Whitner is, or at least it's been reported that Dante Whitner didn't like how him in Cleveland ended when he was a player. So,
oh yeah, that's right. I forgot he played for the Browns.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
So clearly, same thing with Dak Prescott and Dante Whitner.
Yeah, because didn't Dak Prescott like expose him like a few times when he was still playing?
They had something going on. I don't know to what. I ain't gonna sit here and speculate, but it's clear that they had something going on. So it's no surprise that Dante Whitner is out here spewing. My point is that these player broadcasters,
right,
because it's clear that that's who it's been. Need to kind of like, if that's what the NFL want, then all right, cool. Then that's what the NFL want. But
I mean, I'm here for it. I mean, I'm here for it. But
look,
I
don't disagree with Steve Smith. I disagree with Dante Whitner, and I disagree with Rodney Harrison. Even if and I get it's opinions. I just don't like the way they did that.
Right. I don't like the way Rodney got Chris Jones involved with the question. I keep in mind too, Rodney Harrison was a Patriot, and he's talking about the rival Jets. I keep that in the back of my mind, but I didn't like how he kind of was trying to bait Chris Jones there.
It seems messy. It just seems messy. Seems messy. That's just it.
Yeah.
So in today's news of somebody who needs a ring and now is in good position to get a ring, Julio Jones just went to the Eagles.
34-year-old Julio Jones.
Hey man, look, I don't care about none of that. Julio Jones is probably on my list of top 10 players who need to get a ring, and he got a good shot to get a ring right now.
Okay,
got a good shot.
Okay.
I ain't saying the Eagles. The Eagles got their own shit with them, but
So is somebody hurt on the Eagles that we don't know about?
I didn't get a chance to get into a whole bunch of what was going on as to why they picked up Julio Jones. But there he is.
Hey.
Hold on. Julio Jones don't got a ring, right?
No, he doesn't.
Tampa Bay. He didn't win with right. He came after.
I think he came after. He came after.
Gotcha. Okay, I just wanted to be sure because I know I said that real.
But obviously, he played in the famous 28-3 Super Bowl. Obviously,
yeah. But yeah, I want him to get a ring, man. I do.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. So Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, and I'm trying to think who's the Eagles' third receiver.
Let me just say I don't know. Because it's I mean he's. Oh my God!
Because I get the running backs mixed up, like Boston Scott, Gainwell, and those guys.
Those are running backs.
Gainwell,
DeAndre Swift, who's going crazy. Rashad Penny. So, but I can't remember for the life of me who that third receiver
Who that third guy is? Yeah. So
is it Quez Watkins? Quez Watkins.
Quez Watkins. Okay.
Quez Watkins.
So Julio's gonna be the 4 at best, the number 3 receiver.
Yeah, I mean I don't know what's going on in their wide receiving depth chart, but if all those 3 receivers are healthy, he's definitely gonna be a number 4.
Okay.
That ain't no nothing to it. He's gonna be a number 4.
All right. Well, shout out to him, man, for getting a job. Hopefully it work out for him.
But I thought he was still on. He wasn't on the Titans payroll no more.
Nah, they cut him. They cut him.
Okay.
He was on the block.
Gotcha.
He was on the block.
Hey man, way to get off the block, man. Get you a little money before your career's over.
All right, that's what's up. Hey, let's we got the homie in here, Carlton Henry, aka C Hen.
Yes, sir.
What up? Let me intro you real quick. The Fellas presents the Sports Rap podcast, drops every Thursday. Google Play, Apple, Spotify, all that good stuff. Big Detroit sports fan, as you can see, Lions in the background, Pistons, all that good stuff, man. So, hey, bro, man, you finally made it, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man, I'm so happy to be here with you guys, man. Hey, it's a pleasure and an honor, man. I love the content that you guys are pushing. I love the symmetry and the chemistry that you guys have, man. And I like that sometimes, man, you guys flip it up a little bit. You know, normally it's Trey, he's the good cop. Maestro come in here, man, he ain't with the shits. Last week, man, that Pittsburgh and Baltimore game, man, hey, Trey was out of his mind a little bit last
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Glad to be here, though, brothers. Glad to be here.
Yes, sir.
No doubt.
Man, so let's get straight into it, man. Talk about your podcast background, how you got started, man.
Man, it's crazy, man. I was introduced to podcasting probably about 10 years ago and didn't get the full concept, man. It was a friend of a friend who was doing a podcast basically on current events, lifestyle, relationships, things of that sort. And my friend didn't really want to do it, but he was supporting his friend. He said, man, you kind of, better with the words, come out and, help us out a little bit. So I did that. And I told him that really my passion was for sports. So I did that for we did about 7 or 8 episodes. Again, this is back in the day.
Yeah.
Wasn't getting any traction. So he ended up getting a job and moving to Texas. So again, me still having that passion for sports, man, I started to kind of round up a couple of my buddies, man, and we started, podding probably about 6 or 7 years ago. We were kind of on again, off again, young budding brothers, guys who were high school players. We played ball together, about 17 of us played ball together. Cass Tech High School, got a shout out to high school, man, a preeminent high school of Detroit.
No doubt.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, so we got a group chat, man. And as you know, in the group chat, man, it's just like the barbershop, man. Anything goes, man. Any topic goes, man. Anything from sports, politics, raising kids, man, to the hottest Instagram model. You might pop up in the group chat, man.
Yes, indeed.
Like in the barbershop. So
yes, sir.
From there, man, we would start topics in there, man. And sometimes if you were lucky and uninterested in the topic, the thread will end in 20 minutes. But if you were unlucky, man, sometimes these threads would go, man, for hours, man. So they said, man, you guys got to get on the show and do this. So from there, man, the Fellas Present Sports Rap was born. I've done it again with partners, but for the last probably 2 or 3 years, it's been just myself. But enjoy doing it, man. It's an outlet for me, and I'm starting to network a little bit more, man. My wife is crazy. She's like, you were a king of no new friends. Now you got all these appearances on these podcasts now,
yes,
man.
Sir.
What's going on? So
yes, sir.
I'm enjoying myself, man.
That's what's up. So Detroit all the way around. Lions, Pistons, Tigers, all the way around.
all the way around, baby.
You from Detroit, born and raised.
Born and
okay.
raised, born and
That's
raised,
what's up.
baby.
That's what's up.
Joy
That's
Road,
what's up.
exit 9 all day.
All right,
Sheesh.
that's crazy.
Sheesh.
That's crazy. I tell you.
West side.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. I tell you, Hen, me and wifey took a road trip. We did a little Midwest tour. We did Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and then the stop after Cleveland was Detroit. We stayed in Detroit for like a night, and then we caught a Tigers game the day we got there, which was cool. Hotel was downtown. What's this pizza spot over there?
It could be Buddies.
Buddies,
Or
yes.
Pizza Papu.
Buddies.
Okay.
Yeah, we went to the Buddies downtown and had that Detroit style pizza. I got to tell you. And look, I'm a New Yorker, so I'm gonna always say New York pizza is the best pizza.
Y'all like that thin flimsy pizza, huh?
Talk your shit, bro.
Shot fired.
Talk your
But you
shit.
might have it, you know what I'm saying? The toppings may slide off. You know what I'm saying? Ain't enough cheese to hold
Shots
it.
fired. Hey, that pizza. Hey, that was some dope pizza, by the way. But yeah, man. The city it's a good city, man. We even went to the Motown Museum. Rode around the neighborhood a little bit before we went to Chicago and stuff to end the road trip and stuff. So it's a dope city.
Don't forget you went to go see Martin Apartment. Bro.
Yes. We did see that.
Oh, you went to go see the River Place? The River Place apartment?
Yep. Right across the street was the Dollar Tree. Right across the street, man.
For sure. Well, we thank you, man, for stopping through, man. You did the whole Midwest Rust Belt. You did Pittsburgh, Cleveland. You got hit all the Midwest little towns, man. So
yes, sir.
I say little towns, big cities, man.
Yes,
and
sir.
I'm glad that you were able to see, what Detroit has to offer, man. Because I think a lot of people sleep on us a lot, from sports to the actual city, man. The culture that's going on here, the revitalization, if you will.
Yeah.
The reinvigoration of the city, man. It's going down here, man. It's a great place to be, man. So definitely happy that you and your family were able to come through, man, and enjoy it, man.
Yeah. And
I'll ask you, and we don't gotta stretch it out. How are things in Detroit economically with all the water issues and those types of things?
So just like any other big city, man, we have our problems and things like that nature. Now the water, that was Flint. Now that was
Flint.
Detroit,
Okay. Okay. My bad.
I was waiting for you to correct them.
I hate that happened to them too.
Yeah, sure. Facts.
No, that was a cost cutting ordeal that their government did to them. So unfortunately that happened. But Detroit, man, we just had to kind of switch gears a little bit from going from automotive mainly, man, just to kind of, to diversify, our portfolio, if you will, in terms of the economic opportunities here. And we saw a lot of companies, because people thought it was barren, because the cost of living was low, because there was opportunities to get land even in downtown prime areas for low prices. We've seen, basically, a lot of places come in and really, really, invest in the city. And now you're seeing the city start to come back with a number of different outlets, if you will, for financial capabilities, if you will.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I could dig it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Man, we ain't gonna hold you. Let's get straight to the shit, man.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Detroit Lions, man. And look, and you could talk shit about the Ravens. We gonna get to that. I want to get a synopsis on how you feeling about the season so far. Projections. How you feeling about your team right now?
Feeling great, man. 5-1 looks great on us, man. It's been a long time coming, man. I'm a long-suffering fan, man. I'm 40 plus, so I've been here, a long time, seen a lot of the downs and the very few ups that we've had. So looking good, man. Got to give a shout out to Brad Holmes, man, for building this team the right way.
Yeah.
The right way for the last 3 years.
A brother.
Building it up through the draft, and he's building it up. He's hitting on not just the early picks, but picks in the mid and late rounds. This year, his third year with us, was his first year that he was able to really, really invest in the free agent market. And we went out and got, one of your boys, man, from Pittsburgh.
Yes, sir.
Sitting over there on the corner.
We heard.
Really helped us.
We heard. That Bama is like statistically like a top corner, just by stat, like a top 5 corner right now.
He's solid, man. He's solid. We got him on a nice little dime too, man. So again, the quality of player that we're getting for the quantity of money that we're spending is just a great value.
Yeah.
So Brad is doing a great job in that regard. Dan Campbell is doing an excellent job prepping our guys, getting our guys prepared to play Monday through Saturday. Now, Sunday, I got some questions about the game management. Sometimes it's okay to take 3 points. Sometimes it's okay to let your defense play because they're playing at a very, very high level right now. Sometimes he pushes the envelope a little bit on going up for fourth downs, and it's not all analytic driven. So I just need him to slow down a little bit sometimes, you know. But otherwise than that, man, we feel great about it. We got a young team. We still going to be economically viable, so we're going to play a big part in the free agent market the next couple of years. So I feel good about where the Lions are right now.
Dan Campbell, like he's kind of like a Brandon Staley in a sense. Like he's very aggressive, but except with the Chargers, it backfires more times than not. Yeah. It seemed like when he does it, when Dan does it, it seemed like y'all convert more times than not. Like I go back to the opener against Kansas City, and on that first drive where y'all faked the punt. I guess it was a fake punt. Yeah. And then right after that, I was like, "Yo, they got to score here. Like they can't score 3. They got to score a touchdown here." Right.
I love the aggressiveness, and in that sense, you know, I'm not so much against it because it was an actual trick play.
Right.
But sometimes where you know it's 4th and 3, man, we can go ahead and take this 3 points. It's in the first quarter because the effect of not getting it is like a turnover.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you lose your momentum. The other team, you know what I'm saying, they hype because basically they turned you up. You've driven whatever 50, 60 yards, and you come out with no points. That's good. You know what I mean?
Right.
And sometimes again, when what happened to us in the Seattle game, we went for it earlier in the game, middle of the field, didn't get it. Gave them great field position. They were able to score it. Now, then late in the game, we were driving down. Now he's not aggressive. He's playing for the tie.
Right.
So now which one is it going to be? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then he wanted to say, he wanted to tell us, well, you know, I didn't trust our defense late in the game to hold them. Well, why did you go for it earlier in the game? You know what I'm saying? From the 45. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's kind of like, but for the most part, he's growing on the job. He's learning on the job, getting better. So I gotta, you know,
you got a little grace, yeah, a little grace, because y'all definitely on the y'all trending up way y'all period. Aiden Hutchinson is a fucking dog. Like a fucking dog, and he don't get tired. He balls. So projection wise, like, I don't want to put Super Bowl on y'all that early. That's just
man,
reckless.
hey man, ask me any question, I give you the right. I give you my answer, man. We're not scared of no questions, man.
Look, man. Well, where y'all going, man? Where are y'all going in the next, let's say, 3 years? Are y'all going?
Let's talk about this. We ain't even got to go. Well, you ain't got to go 3 years from now. Let's talk about this year.
Well, let's check this out.
No. He said no. He told me to ask him what I wanted to ask him. Can y'all play with these 49ers and the Eagles right now?
Can we play with them?
Can Detroit play with the Eagles and the 49ers, which I tout as the best team in the league right now? Can Detroit play with the 49ers?
Can we play with Cleveland? Can we play with the Jets? If the answer is yes, then we can play with all of the above.
I mean,
those are examples you using? You using those examples?
That's just logic.
He's talking about.
I'm saying both these teams just popped the 2 teams he's named.
Sure.
So if we can play with
but those are 2 teams from those 2 teams are out of the AFC. We're talking about teams in the NFC, and in order to get to the Super Bowl, you got to go through those 2 teams in the NFC.
Nah, yell at him. Hey, yell at this nigga, bro. Hey,
Trey, what does mid have to do with AFC and NFC? That's all I'm having. Is the Jets mid?
Right now they are.
It's a mid.
Cleveland mid.
Right now.
Cleveland.
It don't matter if they're in the AFC or the NFC, so it don't really matter. We not a mid team.
Well, here's why I'll stop you.
Question, Maestro. Directly.
All right, go ahead.
Answer your question directly. We can play with San Fran, and we can play with Philly.
All right, let me ask you a better direct question. Can they beat San Fran to get to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I feel you, bro.
Okay.
I'm gonna say you out your damn mind.
Any given Sunday.
Any given Sunday, 100%. 100%. But you're not about to tell me, because they look, San Fran lost to Cleveland. Facts. Cleveland is a great defense.
No, hold on. But before you just clean it up like that, they lost to Cleveland without Deshaun Watson, without Nick Chubb, with somebody named PJ Walker.
PJ Walker.
Yeah.
Shout out PJ Walker.
Shout out to PJ. He won, but he just got the playbook not too long ago. So Come on now. Don't. I mean,
And the 49ers lost that game without McCaffrey and without Debo.
Well, look.
Well, they were there for a large part of it, though.
They were there for the most game because McCaffrey
left 10-3 for a long time.
I thought they went out in the first half. I thought.
Third quarter. McCaffrey went out third quarter.
Third quarter? Okay.
Debo might have went out second quarter.
He took them hits to the oblique.
Yeah.
That happens in the football.
Here's what I will say. Cleveland is a very, very and nobody saw it coming apparently. Cleveland is a very, very, very good defense this year. I don't think anybody saw them being as good as they have been so far this year. That's one. But the 49ers in playoff time is a different team. A way different team. And to add to it, Detroit defense is playing good. Wouldn't dare throw no shade. They not playing at Cleveland level right now.
So I don't know. I think we are playing at Cleveland's level, but can we maintain it? I don't know. With that being said, again, what you're saying is on point, and we don't have any type of basis to go with for Detroit because we're an up and coming team.
Right.
But like I said, though, any given Sunday, I'm not saying that we the best team. I'm not saying that we put together the best right now. I know that when we played Philadelphia last year, they got off to a nice little start on this, but we held in there with them, and I think we definitely have the ability, man, to ball with Philly.
So one point I'll give you in the whole scheme of the top teams in the NFL and not just the NFC is, hey man, y'all beat. Say what you want. How it happened ain't my business. Y'all beat the champs. Y'all beat the champs in week 1. So irregardless of how it happened, you beat the champs in week 1. That's something to hang your hat on. With that being said, as a not Detroit Lions fan, you're out your damn mind. You're out your damn mind.
What you mean? Talk to me.
I don't see them pending injuries. Obviously, I don't see them getting San Fran. Now I'll give you this. Y'all got a better shot against Philly in my mind than y'all got a chance against San Fran. But San Fran, in playoff mode, when I think them boys finna be different. And let's be clear, I think they possibly beat.
But you say that though, and I'm looking at it from all angles because, first of all, I think we can play with them. I think that can we beat them? We got to see. It's
any given Sunday,
ultimately determined on the field.
Yeah.
But to me, you talking like San Fran is realer than Philly.
I think
San Fran so real and they so ready. Why they ain't been to a Super Bowl yet? Why they keep running?
Quarterback issues.
Brock Purdy got hurt.
Quarterback issues.
That's a different game. Brock Purdy don't get hurt first quarter. That's a different game.
Quarterback issues.
That's a different game. And let's be clear.
Didn't get hurt against Cleveland.
Huh? Okay.
He played the whole game against Cleveland.
He played the whole game. He played like that. That might have been the first bad game he's played in his career.
That was his first loss. His first regular season loss.
Yeah, you're right. I agree with you. He I'm not gonna say he's a phenomenon, but right now he's hot. He's hot. And I want to see the whole season. I want to see what teams getting a chance to really, really scheme up on what they're doing and what Kyle Shanahan is doing. I think he's definitely benefited from, landing in a very, very soft landing space. Offensive line is great. Tremendous weapons, tremendous coaching. And like you say, he doesn't make the mistake. Even with like a Kirk Cousins or somebody like that, who we think Kyle may have an affinity for. This guy here doesn't make any mistakes. So I think that's very, very impressive. But with that being said, I still think, Philly, when they get right, to me, they're more dangerous to me. As an opponent. When I look at what Jalen can do and what he offers as a quarterback and what he can do with his feet, along with the weapons that he has, I'm a little bit more afraid of him. I would love to be able to rush the pass, even though they got Trent in that offensive line. But I want to take my chance of rushing this guy who I know is probably going to be in the back of this in this pocket, somewhere in this pocket. You know what I mean? Rather than a guy who can escape and get loose and be dangerous with his feet. So both of them are great teams. They're playing great right now. I love this. We get in there with anybody, man. And
C-Hen.
So let's be clear. Hold on, Trey. I'm gonna let you go. So right now, your money's going on the line. Obviously,
Now, you ain't asking
speculative.
about no money.
Yeah.
He tried to be slick with that.
Yeah. Because you got it. I'm always trying. Look,
he trying to be slick.
Because you got to do it. Because if you ask me, if you would have asked me week 1, I went in there. You know, I'm talking my shit. We had San Fran week 1. Fuck it. We scoring 30 on them. That's what we doing. If you would have caught me that week and like, all right, we'll put some money on it. Pat, I'd have slapped it down because that's how I'm riding. Now, I ain't feeling that way.
Now, let me ask you, but hold on. But what you would have slapped down? Would you would have slapped down something crazy? Or would you would have slapped down something that you could
a $20 bill?
My life don't allow me to do much shit crazy financially. so whatever's relatively crazy, I'm rocking. But I need 20. Look. I gotta keep a KD in the house, so you know. So so I gotta keep the 35. I gotta keep the 3.5 in the house. So anything that's gonna fuck up my KD money, I will sacrifice that for. I was willing to sacrifice that week, and I would have lost it drastically and been mad and sober.
Nah, so I was gonna ask you. So between the 49ers defense and the Eagles defense, what defense you fear more?
Defense, I fear more. I don't really fear defensively either one of them that much, to be honest with you. I'm talking about maybe Bosa, maybe is the one guy that I'm worried about.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise than that, I don't really fear. Like I said, we put 32 up on Philly last year.
Right.
I think when you look at San Fran, I think if you're going to attack their defense, you're going to probably have to attack in the secondary, where they're a little bit young, a little bit inexperienced. So to me, I'm not really worried about the offense. I think we can keep up. I think we can keep up with anybody. Now, now can we come up with the key stops? This year, our defense is playing lights out. Never seen anything like this in my lifetime.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm more worried about stopping McCaffrey, Debo, and Purdy. You know what I mean? So that's kind of my thing.
But he didn't even say Kittle.
Well, you know, I forgot about Kittle. But you know, he easily can be forgettable when he has, you know, these games where he goes for 3 touchdowns.
I was gonna say he scorched the Cowboys the other week. Yeah,
but last week he had 1 catch for like 7 yards. So you know, maybe he disappears that week against us. I don't know.
Yeah, it's that Cleveland defense for you. But here's the thing I got going for you though. We talked about this earlier before you came on. So y'all schedule is so favorable that it's not out of the possibility that y'all could get the 1 seed in the conference.
Yeah. See now you talking my language, Trey. I wanted to ask Maestro. Now that I'm sure he assuming that we going to play all these teams, you know what I'm saying, in Philly or in San Francisco. But let me tell you, we definitely have a shot at the 1 seed. It's definitely not out of the question.
I agree.
If we get that 1 seed, I don't know if that swings the pendulum, but I'm telling you, I like our chances at home. I mean, I don't know if there's any stats on what fan base is traveling the best this year.
Yeah.
Something's going on with the Lions, and they moving. So,
I was gonna say because everybody go to Tampa, but they
was in Kansas City.
They definitely was in Kansas City.
They was in Green Bay, and luckily this year it was early for Green Bay because I know we don't normally go to Green Bay because I normally be that December
cold.
So we ain't going out there. But you know, it's a movement right now going on with the Lions and with the Lions fans. And they want to, move with the team, go with the team wherever they are, give them the best advantage and most support they can because they haven't seen anything like this in years, man. So
Hey, shout out to
hey man, it's gonna be crazy, man. Might have Royce show up, gotta have Big Sean show up. Him already be in the building, so you know.
Let me give a big shout out to my guy. My guy Rod Cali 247 in the chat here.
What up?
He's a big time Niners fan. So I was just about to say this, but he beat me to the punch. He said the Niners travel the best in the league, and week 1 they took over Pittsburgh. In week 1,
they definitely did.
You saw a lot of red in Pittsburgh that week.
Them niggas was breakdancing in front of the damn. It's like that. I seen them niggas on cardboard boxes and DJ even scratching it up. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And this is all on my Twitter. I wasn't at the fucking game. all this shit I'm seeing on Twitter, all of a sudden, hey, and I'm going to say this to all you Lions and 49ers fans, because I don't know what's been going on my timeline lately.
Uh-oh.
Algorithm.
I don't know what the fuck is going on, but like I feel like y'all niggas is spamming my account or something, because all of a sudden 49ers has been happening since week 1, where these little cute girls are doing what they doing, taking pictures at the 49ers games, and all that shit is on my timeline. I don't know what's been going on. Literally yesterday, I'm doing my thing on Twitter, and I mean the girl with the fat ass, Detroit fan, just making moves, and I gotta not hit like, because I know if I hit like, it's gonna show more Detroit women with their Lion gear on. And I'm trying to tell Elon Musk, my nigga, I am not can y'all show me some Pittsburgh Steelers fans? I don't want to see y'all fan base on my timeline, man. I don't.
But wait. If it's women though, if it's fine women in other jerseys, like
it don't really matter. It
matters. It's a very principled thing. It matters. Yes, it matters. It's a very principled thing, because we're talking about football and football season. This is a very principled thing.
But what if you
see you're not
city?
Huh?
I'm sorry. If you single, what if for the single folks who pull up in their city though? You know?
Nah, damn that. I don't be going nowhere. I don't want to see that. I want to see Pittsburgh Steelers women twerking. I want to see the cute Pittsburgh Steelers women.
I don't see why you would turn down women in any other jersey. I don't see it.
I didn't say turn down. I looked at it.
And you should continue to look.
I let it repeat. I looked twice. I let it repeat, and I looked third.
You should continue to look.
But I still do not, in principle, want to see Lions fans twerking or 49ers fans, and I'm talking about specifically females. I ain't seeing no niggas. Don't worry about it. I ain't seeing no wild.
Pause.
I'd rather see the Niners fans dancing, because all I see is them fighting everything on my time. That's all I see is brawl. In San Francisco.
Yeah.
That's all I see.
Yeah. Hey, you missed the fight yesterday. In yesterday's game, they had dudes sliding on the concourse because all the beer and stuff was on the floor, and niggas are just sliding around, taking punches and all this stuff, man. It's like, man, y'all. Look, I see why y'all angry. Y'all Chargers fans, y'all Cowboys fans, y'all gotta be some miserable fans because of the stress y'all team put y'all through.
Oh man, this guy talking all this one talking real reckless over here, Trey. Just a couple weeks ago, he was over here about to cry.
Oh yeah, right. It's cool.
Hey.
He was over here about to cry.
He got his.
Well, look, a bad loss. You go through it, you shake it off, man. Look, Maestro, bad loss week 1 against the Niners, shook it off, right back to talking shit. So it's all good. It's all good.
So in the spirit of talking shit,
okay,
man, I'm with you, and I said it before you got on. Lions about to get in the Ravens, about to get in their shit. I ain't even gonna hold you. Lions about to get in their shit this Sunday. I'm not even about to hold you. I ain't gonna say I ain't about to go out the window and say it's gonna be like a 10, 14 point win. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the offense is gonna do their thing against this Ravens defense, and at some point, like you spoke about your defense and the levee breaking. It's gonna get nasty. It's gonna get nasty for the Ravens, man. I ain't gonna hold you,
man. I'm gonna tell you, man. Maestro, I appreciate that. I'm an honest, humble, and objective fan, man. It's gonna be a tough game for us. We come into this game a little bit battered, a little bit bruised. I don't think we're gonna have David Montgomery in this game. Hopefully, Jahmyr Gibbs will be back for this game. But it's going to be an interesting battle, man. I think we're going to finally face an offense that has a unique threat at the running back. I'm sorry, at the quarterback spot. Let me get it right. At the quarterback spot.
Be shady. Running back.
You wow, yo.
The quarterback spot. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I do too.
I'm a fan of Lamar. I'm not gonna lie.
I do too.
I'm a fan of Lamar. You know what I'm saying? I just wish they would get him some real weapons to work with, like we talked about earlier this week. You know, they threw out the OBJ. You know what I'm saying? The old version of, you know what I'm saying, not even, he's about 56% of what we used to see, you know, OBJ at. And then, you know, Bateman hasn't really lived up to his, you know what I'm saying, promise as a first round pick. So he's really still out there with the Miles Boykin / you know what I'm saying, Prochet group.
Man, you brought out the Miles Boykin. You brought out the Miles Boykin reference. Ain't he on Pittsburgh? Ain't he on Pittsburgh now?
Playing great special teams in Pittsburgh, by the way. Playing great special teams.
Because that's where you want him, right?
Yeah, that's exactly where he gonna be at, playing great special teams. Him and your man Killer Brew playing great special teams. And,
Miles still in the league.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
He's our number one. He's our number one guy in special teams.
Oh, that's wonderful, man. That's
Two block punts in 2 years.
Okay. I know that's more. He definitely has more picks than he got for sure.
That's a fact. No, he went straight. Don't worry, he went straight to special teams. He didn't see a defensive snap yet. He went straight to special teams.
This is gonna be a good game. I just, I think Baltimore is due for a big win, and we kind of set up right there at 5-1. So we sitting pretty. And this is gonna be a road game. But I've still got us. I got us in a tight game. If we can somehow get Lamar, man, harass Lamar, don't have him go crazy. We can win this game, though. We can win this game. I am worried about our running back situation and how we're going to kind of, circumvent that. Can we throw for 350 yards again in that secondary? My man looked a little, when y'all played him, my man looked, Marlon looked like he still needed about a couple weeks to warm it back up. That energy wasn't quite ready. He couldn't get, and he got ran right by, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So maybe that happens again. I don't know.
Hey, man, I say it's happening, bro. I say you throwing for 350 on this secondary. I'm gonna call my score now, man. I'm gonna look, cause I respect y'all, Trey. I do. I respect y'all as a rival.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
As an opponent, you know what I'm saying? I respect
don't
y'all,
do that,
man. But I'm gonna call this. Let's say I will give y'all 23. I'm gonna give the Lions 27.
So I get the feeling that my team is the underdog this week.
Y'all about 3. Y'all the favorites by 3.
3-point favorite?
Yeah, we didn't know that coming in. We
didn't know that. Yeah. We didn't know that. I'm basing it off of 5-1 Lions. They're living up to the hype, and everybody's asking about whether they're right there with the Eagles and the Niners as far as being tier 1. And the Ravens, had a couple of giveaway games, if you will. Looked okay against Tennessee. We still got the win, but didn't necessarily look great doing it. Coming back home. Look, man, we at our best when we feel like we, being taken for granted. And I feel like the consensus around the league and around talking people is that we the underdog this week. I get that feeling, man.
Right, man. I think he's trying to pump up your.
He's trying to create a narrative.
Really?
A little bit of, you know what I'm saying? Little coach speaking here, little Dan Lanning in here. He trying to get a. This
nigga trying to get some chalkboard material. This nigga trying to get chalkboard material.
I'm gonna tell you, man. When I look at the Ravens, I'm trying. Like I said, I'm a big Lamar fan. I'm a fan of Pittsburgh as well and Baltimore, man. Two of the most progressive organizations in the NFL, man. I as a Lion fan for many years, you had to figure out other teams to root for come playoff time because your team could be in the same venue you are watching the game because they wasn't in the playoffs.
Right.
So I often look to Baltimore. I love the way Ozzie Newsome put together those teams, man. As a black GM, one of the few who did it.
Salute.
Consistently built winners. You know what I'm saying? Without Pittsburgh, we wouldn't have the Rooney Rule. We wouldn't have Mike Tomlin. And you guys, both teams can consistently, man, picked up players from University of Michigan, which I'm a big fan of, and the Detroit area, whether it be Bart Scott, Lionel Dalton, shout out to Jelly Roll, rest in peace, Larry Foote, Lamar Woodley, Rome Bettis. So, they talk about the Dallas Cowboys as America's team. But I'm going to tell you, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens are Black America's two teams. I'm going to tell you that right now. So definitely shout out to both of those organizations. But I try to elevate the Ravens into that upper echelon up there with Cincinnati, up there with Buffalo. But then they go and they lose a game to Indianapolis. You know what I'm saying?
They lose a game to Pittsburgh. Let's be clear. They should have smoked Pittsburgh.
We gave away 2 games, man.
They should have smoked us.
Smoked us. Gift wrapped it, man.
Hey, but
I don't know, man. And then you just said, we in the NFC, so you kind of downplay us, so our 5-1 ain't really 5-1 to you, Trey. You just said it.
Oh, I'm not downplaying the Lions.
You play who you play. You know
I'm
that.
not downplaying the Lions.
You know that.
By y'all saying y'all could get the 1 seed. Look, the schedule is the schedule. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And look, well, let's be clear, man. The AFC is just the better conference. It's just front to back. They're just the better conference as far as players, as far as quarterbacks.
A little bit.
Yes. You know what?
The bottom teams are a little bit better. The mid to bottom teams are a little bit better.
Right.
I would say that.
Right.
Yeah.
The bottom falls out of the NFC a little bit quicker than it does in the AFC.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I got you.
But look, hey man, but celebrate it. We'll celebrate this, man, because the way I see it, y'all should be 1 or 2 seed, in my opinion.
If everything goes well,
y'all should be a 1 or 2 seed.
Yeah.
Y'all should be a 1 or 2. Trey broke down the schedule for me, and I'm sitting there listening to him. Like, yeah, y'all should be a 1 or 2 seed.
NFC South opponents. Y'all division's not that great with Chicago, Minnesota, and Green Bay where they're at. Broncos, Raiders, Chargers, you know.
And you already beat the Chiefs.
Right. You got that one out the way.
I mean, not to add too much pressure.
It's looking nice, man. It's looking nice, man. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to believe, actually.
I'm trying to build some pressure. I'm trying to start the narrative of putting pressure on the team. Because if you overcome it, let's be clear. If y'all overcome it, and let's say y'all get 1, 2, man.
I'm looking at 14-3. Like I'm looking at a 14-3 Detroit Lions team.
That's everything have to go right. You know, we gonna still line 1 or 2 of these games away. There's no doubt about that. Or Dan is gonna give one away with going for it, fourth down or something like that. So 12-5. That'll be. I'm cool with that.
You safe, man.
No. You know what? Because there's no pressure though. There's no pressure.
Right.
We're really like a year or 2
house money.
Right. You know what I mean? So
I agree with that.
And really, we don't need to apply any to ourselves. Like you said, you've already named the teams who are supposed to be the guys. San Fran, Philly, maybe throw Dallas into that.
Maybe throw Dallas.
Well.
Yeah, and y'all got Dallas on the schedule. I saw that.
We got them late December. I feel good about that. We'll be down there. I feel good about that. So it's just we just gotta let everything play out. Hopefully we can stay healthy. And again, we haven't been there before, so we don't know how to act, and we just treat it like any other game, man, and just get out there and do our thing, man. I think the culture is really kind of taking hold. I think the city is ready for a winner. Detroit, we don't get enough credit, man, for being a winning culture here. Besides the Lions, the one that never did it, but the Tigers did it. And they competed well into the, to the 2010s, and they kind of fell off. It's been a while. Pistons fell off for a minute, but they got you get a 30 for 30 made about one of your teams, man. You had a pretty tough thing. We got two for the Reds as well. So this is a winning city, man, and we really really hungry and thirsty for something for the Lions to do something. So anything they do, man, if they host a playoff game, it's gonna be up. We go to a playoff game.
I was gonna say that's gonna be crazy. Yeah.
If we win a game, I mean, it's gonna be really really crazy. And I think the farther we go, the more pressure it puts on the real blue bloods of the season.
Rip. Facts. So talk to me about the Pistons, man. Going into the year, man. You talked about winning seasons, and look, I'm not gonna put the same expectations or pressure that I was attempting to apply to the Lions. There's no way possible that we could put that to the Pistons, and that sound ridiculous. But talk to me about the Pistons, what they did in the offseason, and how you feel about them going into the season.
Man, the Pistons, man, it's a love-hate relationship with me, man, because I'm ready to win, man. And again, man, I'm spoiled by what Brad has been doing on the football side.
Yep.
I've seen so many other teams kind of turn it around in the NBA in kind of a quick fix type situation. We got Troy Weaver out here. I think he's from, I don't know if he's from Baltimore, the DMV area. I was educated that those two are 2 separate areas. So
yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
No problem. He's in year 4, man, and it's like, man, I need him, to do well. He's a black GM. I want him to do well, man, and he's had, a lot of potential to build this team up. 4 years, 8 first-round draft picks, 5 lottery picks, man. We should have a whole rotation of players. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's made probably over 20 trades since he's been here. None of them have been like real big moves, but we should have a roster here that's ready to compete, man, and win 35 games. So for me, I have a goal of 40 wins for them and competing for that play-in.
Yeah, I was just about to say That maybe that 8th seed, maybe.
Yeah, that's my goal. But my objective, you know what I'm saying? We got to take it to the work things. You got your goal and you got your objective.
Yes, sir.
The objective to get at least 32 plus wins. I'm tired of these 50-loss seasons. And again, by this point, man, we got Cade, we got Ivy, we got Jalen Durant. I even like the young kid we got this year, and Asar Thompson.
That's all right.
So we got some players, we got some veteran guys, and Monte Morris, who's a guy I can't remember if he's from Flint or Saginaw, but he's coming home either way.
Yeah.
He's going to be excited to play in front of his hometown team. We added Joe Harris for shooting purposes. I don't know if he's going to make the rotation or not, but we have a team that in the East that, you know, is really kind of top heavy after the first 5 or 6 teams. I mean, it's pretty much anybody's ball game, man. We should be competing, winning 30 to 35 games. I mean, easily. You know, last year I thought. Go ahead.
So now I was thinking about the teams that I think we know are going to be not good in the East. I'm thinking about a Charlotte, right? I'm thinking about Orlando. I know people are kind of high on Orlando. I'm not.
I say they speak high on Orlando.
Yeah, I've heard such things. I'm not sure if I'm ready to go with that yet. We'll see.
Were they in the play-in last year?
Orlando, no, they weren't. They weren't in the play-in. No, I'm thinking about Maestro's Wizards. Possibly being in that bottom.
We
5.
will be in the play-in conversation.
You'll be in the play-in conversation. Conversation.
All of them in the conversation. No,
right.
Well, let me be more specific. We will be at least
38 win club.
We will be a 7-8 seed. We will be in the play-in tournament at least.
You believe in Jordan? Who
I believe Jordan Poole. I believe that we're going to give him the reins to do what he wants, and he's good enough to score 25 to 30 a game.
And Kuzma too.
Yeah, Kuzma's going to be
Hey,
good.
Seahen, that's their big 3 right there. Kuzma, Tyus Jones, and Jordan Poole.
Look, that's
their big 3 right there.
Hey, look,
I ain't gonna laugh, man. Listen, my squad won 17 games last year, man. They was straight tanking, man. So I mean, I don't even know.
Hear me good. I get it, cause y'all all this little hate that shit y'all doing with Tyus Jones right now. I wasn't hearing all that when he got picked up by the Wizards. I was hearing, he gonna be all right, man. He gonna be good.
I never said anything bad about him.
Listen, he good, Maestro. I ain't gonna lie to you, but he should be part of no one's big 3.
Hey man.
I'm just saying.
Not lying.
Part of no one's big. Unless we talk about Duke basketball.
And he said that big 3 shit. I'm expecting Tyus Jones to give me reasonably 17 and 7. 17.7 assists will be just fine.
You saying 2 guys scoring 25, he's scoring 17.
Absolutely.
Is anybody playing defense? How many? What's going on?
Look, we know defense is going to be the issue.
Say they're not playing defense.
Yeah, we know defense is going to be the issue. No, but we gunning. That's for damn sure. We gunning.
Okay.
We gunning.
We're gonna have defensive deficiencies as well, man. We hope that what I'm saying, Monty comes in, man, and kind of tightens some things up, and that's probably the biggest addition, man. Getting him from Phoenix, or he was out of coaching for came from Phoenix last year.
Phoenix,
that's probably our biggest addition, man. Getting him in there, getting Dwayne Casey out of here, and having somebody who can mold these young men and get them ready to play winning basketball.
Yeah, man, I'm glad he got all that money. That's for sure. He deserved all that money.
He
definitely deserved all that money. So I feel like they gave up on him in Phoenix.
So, Seahen, I listen to Bart Scott on the radio from time to time. Shout out to the homie, Detroit native. So one of the things he brings up after the lottery was that the Pistons got screwed over not being able to get Wembanyama at the number 1 pick. Do you, as a Pistons fan, feel the same way about not being able to get the number 1 pick?
No. You know what?
Yeah.
It's a lottery, man. So you never know how the ping pong balls are gonna fall, man. But you know what? We bought into, and this is how I know we was at a new all-time low, man. We were trying to tank for whoever this guy is, man. And this guy, man, I'm not saying he's not going to be a great player. I think he has tremendous upside.
I was going to say, he was good the other night.
He wasn't looking like LeBron out there. Though. You know what I'm saying?
No, of course not.
You know what I'm saying? The next coming of the savior. So you don't throw your season away, man. And again, you could have won 20, 25 games still took the program hopefully to the next level and possibly still gotten him. So I don't know how did Bart say we got screwed? How did there was some type of conspiracy about not wanting the number one pick in Detroit or something?
Yeah, about because y'all had the worst record, right? Last year,
yes,
right?
We definitely did.
Worst record.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So he alluded to having a worst record, and because y'all picked up number 2, right, or number 3?
No, we ended up falling all the way to like number 5.
5, yeah.
5. Whoa, yeah.
Because Asar Thompson, yeah.
I see why Bart Scott's upset.
Well, you know what though? I'm not gonna lie to you. I like the young kid. I like him and his brother were 2 of my favorite guys outside of Wembanyama. I mean, he's the the number 1 prospect. These two guys to me were probably the next 2 guys to look at in terms of straight skill and ability. 2 guys, 19 years old, can handle the basketball, can play defense, can play on both ends of the court. Not the best shooters, but can finish, can pass. I mean, really 5-tool type players. And at this age, with so much basketball in front of them and them being able to hone in on it from this day forth, this is your job, just doing their love for the game, they're going to be 2 special players. So I'm not mad at Asar at all.
Okay.
Okay. I'm more mad that we ain't win 30 damn games. And then we still could have got Asar.
There you go. That's
Tell
true.
Bart Scott, this ain't the NFL.
That's true. That is true.
This ain't the NFL, Bart Scott.
It's definitely not that.
This ain't the NFL,
it's
bro.
definitely not that.
But look, they've been saying for years that them lottery drinks, them shits is rigged anyway. They've been saying that shit for years.
Maestro, we've been guessing like every year this comes around, we be guessing like who gonna get the 1 pick, and I felt like for 3 years in a row, like I've gotten those predictions correct. Like those teams. Yeah, like the 1 year New Orleans got the 1 pick for who was it, Anthony Davis?
Hey, Han, I'm gonna tell you, this nigga always remembers when he's right, and
of course,
and makes it his business.
And everybody should. Everybody should.
You definitely gotta remember the wins, and we gotta let you remember all the losses. Now, you know what I'm saying? You gotta bring them back.
Everybody should remember their wins.
Here's my problem with this nigga though, because Trey, I'm gonna give you a small a peek inside to the inner workings of the Barbershop Sports Talk podcast. Trey does the majority of the content, pretty much all of the content, and I feel like, my nigga, you got every now and then you gotta be a little unbiased. So as fast as you remember when you write, when you see I'm right, that video need to go up just as fast.
See.
Not only do you want the acknowledgement, you want, hey, listen, you need to spread the word to the world, huh?
You need to let niggas know that I'm right.
Hey, I got you with the Dalvin Cook joint though. You predicted him to the Jets. I got you on that one.
You got it up there a day late, and I remember saying it to you on
a day
show.
A day late.
I remember saying it to you on the show. Hey, bro, you knew this was happening, and I said, now unless you had predicted
late, like I ain't got lives.
Cook was going to the Jets. Now let him predicted that Dalvin Cook was going to the Jets. The second that shit hit Bleacher Report, it'd have been a second later. That shit was been clipped up.
Man, I ain't Bleacher Report.
Yeah. That should have been clipped. It's the second the ping would have hit your phone saying Dalvin Cook was to the Jets, you could go on Twitter 5 seconds later and a clip of Trey Wright again, Dalvin Cook to the Jets would have been.
I'm not Bleacher Report.
Because I feel like he be putting again in the captions. Just look out for this, and he be putting little subliminals on there like, here I go again, I'm right. He be doing little shit like that.
Hey, everybody should do that same thing, man.
Trace to Donis.
Right. He be doing little like, all of a sudden this nigga's a marketing genius when he writing shit.
Hey, real quick though, man, you gave us that wonderful speech, man, but you ain't tell us no way is how Baltimore is gonna beat us, man. So I mean
that's a fact. We would have went all the way to the NBA.
Yeah.
He ain't say nothing.
Yeah, he ain't say nothing. He just talking about, I feel like we the underdog. And I didn't hear no type of analysis. I ain't hear, what I'm saying?
Well, with all that being said, and we just came across the pond in London, played a tough game. If there's anything I'm worried about, it's them coming out flat. It's that one thing I'm worried about. But other than that, team for team, 11 on 11, man. Man, I feel like we're gonna get a nice, convincing win on Sunday, bro.
You got Aiden Hutchinson fucked up.
See what I'm saying?
I feel like
he He didn't even respect us enough to even tell us what was gonna happen. He just knew that he felt comfortable. I felt that when he said what he said, man.
Yeah.
He came out here with the Newt Rockney on us, then tried to move on.
Hey, I respect the Lions now. I respect the Lions, but
hey, you got caught in something. You got something fucked up, dog.
I don't.
Cameron something fucked up.
No, I don't. I respect all them cats, bro. I respect all of them, bro. But
convincing,
look, man,
that sound like 10 plus.
Yeah.
I feel like a 10-point plus win is coming. I feel like it's coming.
Oh, man.
I feel like it's coming, man.
You make sure you cut this up and put this out
before
we need to get everybody riled up. We need to get
that's right.
Nation, man. Up in here, man.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna get
purple haze going on behind you, man. You know,
this nigga got a purple light in his purple. Yes.
Hey, C-Hen, I just redid the basement, so I had to get the lights and stuff and all that stuff. Yeah, man. Had to do it up.
Is that a pillow sitting on the edge of the window?
Yes. What's wrong with this nigga?
Yo, look, bro, you got to be creative, man.
Hey, I feel like, let me throw the little pivot in there, the little what's the name in there? When they lost to Pittsburgh, you ain't see none of that shit.
Yeah, that's right. They ain't deserve it. They ain't deserve it. When San Fran blew out Pittsburgh, you ain't had no Pittsburgh on.
If we win this week, Trey, are you gonna make the room Honolulu blue?
Because the wall looks.
It's crazy.
The wall is blue.
See, it's crazy.
You're pretty convincing. Like you said, convincing win. So
I'm gonna own it too. And if I'm wrong, bro. And
I feel like his wall is. I feel like if you cut the regular lights on, that wall is blue. It's not.
The wall is blue. The
wall is blue. No. The wall is blue. The wall is true blue.
But it looked purple as shit with your little light on there. So I feel like I see what you did. I know you. I know this man for over 20 years, so I know the type of nigga he is. So all this shit is subliminals. All these shits is subliminals. Like, he painted the wall blue because that's the color he had in his house. But he definitely schemed it like, oh, how can I make this shit purple?
Well, I painted it blue because I wanted to put my Knicks stuff on this wall. That's why I painted it blue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Last week when the Ravens lost, so the background was my Knicks stuff because the Ravens didn't deserve the love.
We trying to make this upcoming show, man, your Knicks stuff. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make it that he turned that whole thing around, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to get you a Honolulu blue light, Honolulu blue. Bulb, man, and put it in there for the wall.
No, these are multicolored bulbs. So
so it's gonna be blue. It better be blue next week. I don't want to see no purple. I don't want to see no purple.
Well, look,
get Carmelo back up there. Get Charles Oakley back up there. Get that, yeah. But I definitely got the Lions, man. So you 10 plus. You say I just want to make sure I heard you correctly.
10 plus. But I just want the win. However I get it, I want the win, but I think it's gonna be 10 plus.
Yikes!
I think it's gonna be 10 plus.
Yikes!
I'm gonna have to.
I was feeling bad for you 2 weeks ago when you was in. You was, what I'm saying, you was kind of pouting there. I'm like, man, but see, I see how you be rolling, man. See, Trey, this will get you messed up, man. Talking about 10 plus.
I like how you read them. I don't like that shit.
Nah, cause I don't think people think we gonna win. I think the consensus is we not gonna win. They looking at the Ravens gave 2 games away. They looking at Detroit's 5-1 record. They right there with the big dogs in the conference, and they going into Baltimore, and the Ravens are coming. They traveling 5,000 miles. And look, you saw how the Bills looked this past Sunday, right? Their previous game was
they went late though. They went like was Thursday or something. You got to get 3 or 4 days in.
You do. But I'm referring to them traveling back to play the Giants, and they get shut out through 3 quarters by that team.
Oh yeah. Okay, I got you.
That's the part I'm worried about. If this team comes out flat on Sunday against y'all, then
let's be clear. If Detroit get up on y'all after 3 quarters, y'all done.
Get up by what, though?
What you want to call it, 14, 17?
No, I'm asking you. Like, what?
I feel like if they have 2 touchdowns by the third quarter, it's a wrap.
I wouldn't say that.
I feel like if they up by 10, they closing that game out.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. It's so much.
Trey don't even want to imagine that. Listen, I can't even wrap my mind around that. Like, I don't know.
But it's possible. It's possible. Like, this team could come. They could come out flat the way Buffalo came out flat.
Why they gotta be flat? Why they just can't get beat by the better team? You see, Trey don't want to. You know what I'm saying?
Talk to this nigga.
Look, if we get beat by 3 points, yeah, Detroit's the better team. Like, I'm not. Like I said, I respect the Lions.
That's not necessarily all the way true though. Just because you lose to a team, don't always mean that team is the better team.
Well, of course, obviously, it depends on how the game goes. It depends.
But let me be clear.
So a 3-pointer, a 3-pointer would be flat. But what if a 3-pointer would be we was flat? They not the better team. But what if we get y'all by 10 or more?
Y'all better team.
I'm jacking it now, Detroit right now, and I don't know what's gonna happen through the course of the season. But if we talk about right this second, Detroit's the better team. I don't think that's a reach or a contrived statement. Like right now, week 7, Detroit is the better team. Which is why
I think the consensus is that the Ravens, and I don't want to say that people are saying the Ravens don't have a chance. They obviously have a chance. Yeah. But I think there's
a damn good chance from what Vegas said. They got a damn good chance.
Well, you can't trust Vegas, man. You know that.
The Vegas always taking my money.
You can't.
They always win it. The house always wins.
The house always win.
All the time.
House always win, man. Hey, I lost the parlay last night because Herbert didn't get 250 yards throwing, man.
Yeah. Quick question. Why you bring him up, man?
Yep.
So we had another failed situation, clutch game for him last night.
Mm-hmm.
Why doesn't he get the same? Because now he got the bag.
He got to get the smoke, right?
He didn't have to quabble for, beg for, anything, hold out of anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why doesn't he get into the smoke, man, of some of these other guys? Now that I'm gonna exclude that because we got 8 years of that, so he's kind of grown on us. But some of these other guys like Lamar and things like that, why doesn't Herbert get that same smoke?
Brandon Staley. That's I'm not saying that's the right. I'm not saying that
smoke for him too, though.
Yeah, but
the smoke is directed more towards the coach than it is towards Herbert.
Sure, and I'm not saying that Justin Herbert doesn't deserve smoke. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that Brandon Staley fucks up so majorly, and like his highlight tape of fucking up. Going forward on 4th downs and the Raiders Chargers situation that's game 17 like like he got the major highlight tape fuck ups in comparison to Justin Herbert. So we'll say I think if you look at the whole synopsis of the Chargers, the problem is the coach. I mean, we were saying he should have been fired last year. I forget what he did last year.
Well, 27-0 against Jacksonville in the playoffs.
Now, of course, Justin Herbert deserves some.
He got to share that. Yeah.
I don't disagree, but when the high is, we can't as human beings.
And Brandon Staley is a defensive guy, so when you give up, you know what I'm saying, 30 points, in the second half.
We highlight real people. As a people, everybody don't remember every single play every single time. We sum our shit up to moments. And Brandon Staley's moments are just astronomically worse than Justin Herbert's. And I think that's the issue. Justin Herbert deserves smoke though. But the problem is that Justin Herbert throw a fucking good that motherfucker know how to throw a football. That shit look good.
Listen,
yeah.
He still lose. He's still going home like everybody else.
That's a fact.
Yeah, right. Hey, shout out to my man Mike Patton in the YouTube live chat touring the AFC South.
What up?
What up, Mike?
Hey,
man.
Mike,
Go ahead.
Oh no, man. I wanted Mike to talk some trash to you, but y'all won. So I just like to.
You forgot that. You forgot that quick, huh?
That fast. I just wanted to be mad.
And remember, he covers the Titans. He doesn't root for the Titans.
Oh, I felt like he rooted for the Titans. Who does he root for?
The 49ers.
I did. I feel maybe because I
confirm that, Mike. Yeah, confirm that in the chat. But he covers the Titans. There we go. There we go.
I got it.
49ers fan.
Mental issue. I got a mental issue. This is a mental thing because I'm sure he said that, and for you to remember it means he said it.
Mm-hmm.
As far as memory, I see Mike Patton. I see the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
I do. You doing too good of a job, bruh. You're doing too good of a job covering the Titans. Bro.
Yeah, he live in Nashville, so
you're doing too good of a job, man. I see Mike Patton. I think Titans immediately. I see shout out Mega. I see Mega Hall. I see Colts.
Mm-hmm. But we know she roots for the Colts. That's the difference.
No, that's not the difference. Because as sure as I am that Megan Hall is a Colts fan, is as sure as I was up to this moment. That
right, and that's right, and like I said, that's the difference. She actually roots for the team she covers. Mike,
if you didn't correct me, I wouldn't have known. Is what I'm saying.
Sure, but I'm telling you that's the difference. Now that you know that Mike is a 49ers fan.
See, I'm not even going to do. See, this is where I get paid to be the bad guy. that shit he just did is where I get paid to be the bad guy. So I'm gonna move on, man, because I don't want to be the bad guy. I just be talking shit. I don't be meaning nothing. I just be in here. See here, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna ask you. This is the favorite, the fan favorite, and when I mean fan favorite, this is where I get the most phone calls, DMs, tweets, things of that nature. And it's never positive. It's almost never positive when I get these phone calls or these text messages or DMs or a couple of co-workers that I work with. Hey, man, who the fuck is this nigga you had on your show talking about such and such? This motherfucker.
I hope you get none of these calls today, man. I hope you don't.
And you know what? I always you segued me right into it, man. Because this is what I try to do, though it never works. I'm gonna ask you to let the people know where they can reach you before I ask you this next question. So tell the people where they can reach you.
Man, you can definitely find me on Twitter, man. You can follow me atChen, that's CHEN 313.Chen 313 again on the Twitter, the X, whatever you're calling it now.
Twitter.
Nah, don't call it X, man. It's Twitter.
Okay, Twitter, Twix, whatever you want to call it. Definitely follow my podcast, The Fellas Present Sports Rap. You can find that on all streaming sites. Spotify, I'm sorry. I'm meditating and elevated right now. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Spotify, Google Podcasts, everywhere, man. So definitely, man. And we're talking about, the Detroit sports scene as well as the national sports scene, football, basketball, college football. And again, I include a few little music snippets in there or songs as my interludes in there, man, because I love hip hop, man. So it's a ode to hip hop, and we celebrating the 50 years of hip hop.
Yes, sir.
So definitely checking me out.
Yes, sir. The next question: top 5 Lions players of all time.
Of all time, or who I done seen?
Your list. It's your list, bro. Yeah.
Let's say your list, but if you want to look, man, I leave it up to you. We leave it up to the guests because some guests feel like, all right, it's important for me to acknowledge history. Some guests feel like, well, I mean, sure, history is there, but I didn't see that. So it's almost fake for me to sit here and say Lim Barney, cornerback for the Detroit Lions, who hit a backflip and caught an interception. It's like that's like nigga, you wasn't there. So
he was a bad boy though. He was a bad boy.
But who you gonna tell? How you gonna tell me about somebody?
Big Night Train Lane, baby.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we always leave it up to the guests because one way or the other, I'm going to get a negative phone call or comment.
Well, I can let you know. I've seen all these guys. All these guys. So, in no particular order, man. I'm gonna start, man, with definitely Barry Sanders, man.
One,
yes, sir.
Best running back to ever do it, man. Calvin Johnson, number 2.
Yep.
Number 3, man, I'm gonna go with a guy who wasn't here that long, but definitely made an impact while he was here. I'm going with the Ndamukong Suh. Number 4, man, is a guy who definitely made an impact on the field as well as off the field as a businessman in the Detroit community, and that's Robert Porcher. Number 5, man, the steel and will, man, of the Detroit Lions, man. Even in my youth, linebacker Chris Spielman. And I got a couple of I'm gonna give a shout out to Herman Moore, man. And Dre Bly, man. So those are the greatest that I done seen out here, man, during my lifetime. So that's my list. I hope you get who the hell is this? Who the hell is this cat? You know what I'm saying?
He's gonna. I'm once I can get the people who I conversate with to start adding you, I'll be fine.
Don't worry.
What you want me to say about his list? What you want me to say? Why you want me to argue with you about his list?
Don't worry. Somebody gonna be like, why he leave Roy Williams off the list? Don't worry. Somebody gonna do something crazy. Somebody gonna say something. Somebody gonna say something crazy about that.
Not Roy.
Yeah, Roy.
Maybe next time. Man.
Yeah, no, not never.
Solid list, man. That was solid.
With that list. I don't got a problem with that list. I do not have a problem with that list at all. And even if I did, it's your list. Unless it would have had to been flagrant. It had to been flagrant on some shit like you not putting Calvin Johnson in your top 5. Like that's the only time I'll be like, "Whoa, hold on, bro. Like,
what we doing here?"
Is there any name that you would have expected to hear that you didn't hear?
No. I mean, the Lions have historically been bad. So,
rehash that, Mike.
So in the DMV, I was a big football card collector as a youngin. In the DMV, Rodney Peete is somebody I think about automatically, but because I didn't watch a lot of Detroit Lions, I know he was a good football player. I don't know if he was that football player. You know what I'm saying? So Rodney Peete was the only immediate name I didn't hear that maybe. But you said Herman Moore in the honorable mention, so I was like, all right, cool, cool. And I remember Dre Bly, so I can't argue with you on Dre Bly. Darius Slay was not there.
He wasn't there long enough.
Yeah,
but I'll say this too. If you'd have somehow said Matt Stafford, I wouldn't have been upset.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been. But you had to have kept Barry and Calvin on the list. But if you'd have put Stafford in there over maybe a Dre Bly or somebody like that, I wouldn't have been upset.
Yeah, Staff did his thing here, man, but he didn't bring no swag, man. So I have to go with Dre, man.
I feel you.
He brought the swag, man. And he could have went anywhere in the world. He was coming off a championship run with St. Louis, man. He gave Detroit a shot. So, since Staff took the bag, man, and then ran up out of here. So I love him though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Without him, we wouldn't be where we are today. So hey.
He wouldn't be here today.
Here go Mike Patton in the YouTube live chat. He said Rodney Peete won off the field. He got Holly Robinson. That's a fact.
No disagreement here.
That's a fact.
No disagreement here.
Hey man, this was fun, man. This was dope to have you on here, man. One last time for the people out there, man. Let everybody know where they can find you at, the podcast, and all that good stuff.
Man, thank you guys for having me, man. This is definitely a pleasure for me. I definitely enjoy you guys' show, man, every week, man. Look forward to the theme song. I hear you, Maestro, and I definitely checked out, you know what I'm saying, your beats, your mixtape, and all that good stuff,
Appreciate
man.
you.
And I will continue to do so, man.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, you can definitely find me on Twitter, X, Twix, whatever you want to call it, and that's at CN313. And definitely follow the and subscribe, like, listen, share, subscribe to the podcast, The DA Fellas Presents Sports Rap, located on Spotify and Google Podcasts. So, man, thank you guys. It's been a pleasure.
My guy, salute,
no
man.
doubt,
we
man.
See you in them internet streets, man. Oh, and
I wanted to have
we
Blue
gotta have
Wall next week, Trey.
Yeah,
Blue Wall. Hey, these purple lights gonna stay on, man. I'm gonna tell you.
I want to see Charles Oakley next week. That's what I want to see. Charles Oakley next week.
Well, it's gonna be a basketball segment next week because we got the season starting, but it ain't gonna be because the Ravens lost. So let's be clear about that. But these purple lights gonna stay on now.
I just feel like you setting up for next week. That's cool. We'll call it on the NBA. We'll call it the NBA.
Yeah. That boy good. Be safe, my guy.
All right, man. Have a good one, man.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Salute, man. Salute. It's the brother Carlton Henry right there. The fellas, the sports rap is
Good
the name
to talk
of the podcast.
to that dude, man.
Finally, man. I can't front when I saw the schedule come out and we were playing the Lions, I said that's the first cat that I thought about. And, he'd been following us, for a while now. And, the back and forth and stuff, we comment on some stuff. He comments and stuff. And so
we done had some good Twitter conversations, man.
Absolutely. So it was nice to finally get him on a platform and all that good stuff. I don't have, well, we trying to get out of here quick, but I just wanted to say this because, and I should have mentioned it when I was talking about the concert that I went to. Bone Thugs and Harmony was also on the billing for the show, and their performance was
crazy. Crazy make it?
So Crazy wasn't there.
Okay,
but
I know he's going to do his shit. I know he's going to do his shit.
Right, and I mentioned that he was on some kind of life support machine of some sort a few weeks ago. But then he did post on Instagram that he did fight through some of the stuff that he was fighting through and stuff. So I just wanted to give an update that he is doing, he's still fighting, but he's alive and, holding
doing
on.
Better.
Right, he's doing better, and even the fellas, during the concert gave him a shout out as I expected that they would. Right. So I just wanted to throw that out there since I had brought him up a few weeks ago.
Yep. Picks?
Oh yeah. Let's do the picks, man. What's that Thursday night game? We got Jacksonville at the Saints. Is that what we got going?
I do not know. I'm
okay. I was hoping you agree with me, but
I have no clue. I have no idea, man. You ain't going to get me added for no reason.
All right, so here we go. It is Jacksonville at the Saints. So
good call, man. That's why you, man. Well, yeah, let's be clear. That what you want me to say? You want me to pretend like I think the Saints gonna pull an upset? I don't feel that way.
You don't feel that way?
I don't.
Okay. I feel like they going to, but I'm gonna go play it safe, man. Give me the Jaguars. Sunday's games. Raiders at the Bears. Looks like Justin Fields is not going to play, so this is kind of feels like Raiders by default.
Yeah, I think I would have picked the Raiders anyway. Because is it still Garoppolo came back, right?
I don't know, but they said he went to the hospital after the game. Yeah, because something with his back or something. Okay. So I don't have an update. I don't have an update on that, but that was the last thing I heard.
Well, okay. Well. Raiders. That's no need to drag it out. Raiders.
Yep.
Justin Fields not playing Raiders. They definitely got no shot without Justin Fields.
Yep. I'm with you. Browns at the Colts in Indy.
Browns.
Yeah, give me Browns too. Sad to hear about Anthony Richardson being out for the year. That sucks. They need to protect him a lot better. Buffalo at the Patriots. Y'all already know. Buffalo. Commanders at the Giants.
At the Giants?
Yeah, I'm going Commanders. Yeah, I just don't see how. And respect
division game.
Sure, and respect to Tyrod Taylor, but I don't know what the hell he was doing right before the half.
Yeah,
checking into that run play.
I
don't know what was going on there. Give me the Commanders. Falcons at the Bucks.
Falcons at the Bucks. Give me the Falcons.
I'll take the Buccaneers.
That's reasonable.
I think
that's reasonable.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Bucks.
I guess the Falcons would be a mid upset.
It would be a mid upset, but it's kind of like I said about Tampa. We don't expect much of them, but because of the division they play in, they're probably gonna get about 8 wins in this division, and maybe they somehow win the South somehow. Crazy.
Yeah,
but
give me the Falcons.
Okay. Detroit at the Ravens. We talked about this already.
Lions
plus 10. Ravens by 10 plus. And yes, I'm gonna crop this and I'm gonna put this on social media. Rams. So Rams at home to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's say 24. Sad team.
What's that receiver's name for the Rams?
Pukwa. Like top 5 receiver, y'all, something crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might get a game.
He about to go off on y'all.
Hey man, Joey Porter's here. Joey Porter's getting more playing time, man.
I see that. So are they putting Joey Porter on the best receiver on the opposing team now, or
no, probably it's still Levi Wallace, I'm sure.
Oh, okay. Cardinals at the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
I'll take the Seahawks. Green Bay at Denver. I'm going with Green Bay.
Give me the Broncos. They gotta win. They gotta win at some point, right?
Yeah. I guess. Not mad at that. Chargers at the Chiefs. I'm going with the Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs.
Game of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Dolphins at the Eagles in Philly.
In Philly?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go Eagles on this one.
I'll take Dolphins then.
Okay. Because I can see this game going either way.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can see this going either way, but I just have a feeling Philly got something for them boys.
That's a 4:00 game?
No, this is the night game.
Oh, it's the night game. Okay, good. I was about to say, fuck, I am not going to watch that game.
Yeah, no, this the night game here. And then Monday's game is 49ers at the Vikings. I think you and I are both going 49ers there.
Yep.
All right. Shout out to the homie C Hen. Appreciate him stopping through finally. To the folks in the YouTube live chat, Facebook Live, Twitter, and all that good stuff following us, watching us. Appreciate you. Continue to follow us on those platforms, the YouTube channel, the Facebook page. Click that like button. We're on Twitch as well. We're on Instagram at Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. Also on Twitter at Barbershop SPOR2. If you got any questions or comments about the show, hit us up on the email, barbershopsportstalk1@gmail.com. Hey, we got the merch too. We got some new products on the site.
Hoodies and the sweatshirts is up.
Yes, sir.
I like them. I'm waiting for mine to come in. So
check out our merch store. The link is in the description of this stream. Otherwise, you can go to either one of our social media pages. You can click that button, take you right to the merch store there. We got some good products for y'all. And write a review. You know, you listening to this thing audio, Apple, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Leave a review. Goes a long way. Again, we appreciate everybody. We appreciate the support. Maestro, another week in the books.
Yes, sir.
We got a dope one coming up next week. It's NBA season starts next week, so we got a good one coming. Folks, love, peace, and happiness. And as always, folks, mind your damn business.
Drink some water.
Oh yeah, we got him. Trey, Frazier, and Maestro.
Recording stopped.
You know we got one. Right back like we left some. We don't duck smoke, we want all of it. So line them up, Trey sharp with the blade, you know we sizing it up. I'm quick to catch the fade, you know Styles making the cut. Cause we coming out clean every time that we showing up.
It's gonna be called The Barbershop.